Do not feel offended every time somebody corrects you. It's not the end of the world. Criticism is not bad. It can sting, but it's not bad because it teaches us. Hello my darlings and welcome back. I'm Diana. If you're new here, welcome to my channel. And yeah, let's get into today's topic. Today's quote states, correction is a blessing. You all, this is something that I find to be one of the most challenging things that we have in society today. Nobody wants to be corrected. It is the funniest thing ever, but also it's quite sad to see that we could all just easily walk around messed up and nobody could tell us anything. That is really, really sad. And it's horrible that that's the society we're in. Now you might be against that. You might say, no, I don't need to be corrected. And that's fine. That's your life, right? That is the life you want. That's what is happening in the world today. Nobody wants to be corrected because then they're being told what to do. They're being told that what they're doing is not good. The thing is that correction is a blessing. It is a blessing in your life. When you go around and you're not told that for the rest of your life, or for, let's say that you were a kid and your parents did not correct you, you grow up thinking that, oh, you could do whatever you want and there will not be any consequences. That's not good. That's not good because there are consequences. You could end up in a position where it's like you end up doing things that are bad to you and to others because you don't know how to treat others. You do not know how to behave. You do not know how to operate because you were not told, you were not corrected, and you are feeling entitled to do whatever you please. Now, in your own world, that's fine, right? You could be the main character in your own world, do whatever you want. But when you are around others, it's imperative to be mindful of others. It's imperative to consider the other person, especially if the other person is a friend or a family member, somebody you care about. But if you don't like being corrected and you end up doing something that's harmful towards them, well, guess what? That's going to make that relationship go bad. That's not fun. That's not good. However, if you are corrected and then you take it into consideration, that helps grow your relationship. That helps you bond better with your friends or your family or whoever it is that you have created this good relationship with. And same goes with the other person who walks around thinking that they are going to do everything, whatever they want, and not consider others. But when they are corrected, they get to see that there is somebody else who is not them. They get to have a little bit of compassion. I saw this one movie called, I forgot the name honestly, but it's about a billionaire man and this one lady, she's a nurse, I believe, and the billionaire's assistant was the brother of the girl. The brother got injured, so therefore he couldn't really do the job that he needed to do on the vacation that the billionaire was going to go on. And so he hired his sister to come along since she was on vacation and she could help him. So she comes along, and because this billionaire has this egotistic mindset and personality, he does not consider others. In this movie, he talks to her in that same way, but because she has compassion and love and care, she can spot that and she can see that, and she does not appreciate it or take any of that nonsense. So she ends up telling him off that, hey sir, that's not how you're going to speak to me, that's not how you speak to others, that's not good. So she corrected him. He got offended by that because who is she to tell him, a billionaire, what to do, how to act? But she decided to change because he did not want to change immediately. She decided to get off the plane and go back home because this was not working for her. She could not work under such circumstances. He ended up realizing that, and because he had a crush on her and she couldn't be with him because of how he was behaving, he needed to change. He decided he had to change and follow the correction and accept the correction and see that his behavior was not actually good behavior. It was not the way to operate and treat others. So he changed it, and that helped him to get the girl. So it is a blessing, right? It is a blessing when you are corrected. If you take the correction. If you do not take the correction, you're going to be where you always are. You're going to stay where you've always been. And in life, we want to evolve. We want to grow. We want to become better people, better citizens of Earth. And if we're not corrected, we end up ruining Earth. We end up breaking rules and breaking patterns and things that work and ruining our environment and our lives. Another example is that there was a time in my life when I was younger and I hated doing the dishes. I hated doing the dishes with a passion, and chores are just not my favorite thing in the world. But dishes, I hated doing other people's dishes, because if you ate, why do I have to clean up after you? That was my mentality. And so my mother told me to go do dishes. I was not doing dishes previously because I had older siblings that were taking care of all the chores. But this time, it was me who was told to do it. And I got in a big attitude. I was so upset. I moved so slow. I got spanked. That was the first time I ever got spanked, and it haunts me to this day, not in a negative way, but in the sense that I have to clean up. I get to clean up after somebody who has cooked and prepared food for me that I have enjoyed. I can clean up after them. And not only that, it's now a blessing in my life because I love to clean. Previously, before I actually desired cleaning as an adult, I would leave piles of dishes in the sink and they would make me miserable. But now I get to enjoy the beauty of a clean sink, all because I was corrected, and I finally took that correction into consideration into my life and applied it and said, you know what? No, I have to clean up. I have to clean up those dishes. So now I'm happier when my sink is clean. I can't sit for hours if I have dishes in the sink. If I finish, I have to clean it up immediately. That's how much I just want a clean space. But if it was not for that correction, I would not be where I am today. I would just not care. But I do care. And so being corrected is a blessing. Yes, we walk around, a lot of people will walk around not wanting to be corrected. They will go into restaurants without full clothes on. I think that happened probably mostly in 2020. And it was just, it's very disrespectful in a beautiful setting where it's like everyone is sitting with their families and you're just XYZ. But again, that is your life. I get it. We live our own lives. But remember that correction is a blessing. It helps you be a better citizen on this earth. If you're walking around littering, you're destroying the area that you live in. I mean, don't you want to live in a beautiful place? So you get fines in Texas or in other places that are more strict, that will correct you and put you in your place so that you don't mess up the city or the state, because that helps you to maintain a clean space in your own home. That teaches you to be a better citizen of the world and to have a space that you can enjoy as well. And if we're walking around not correcting each other, then guess what? We're walking around constantly putting ourselves into hell. Right? A lot of times we're walking around in sin, like what? And we're not correcting each other. For instance, those who are believers, right? You're walking around with your friends who are believers and you're not correcting them. But guess what? You're just leading each other down the path of sin, down the path of hell, down the path of just evil, instead of correcting each other and leading each other into light. That's something that we can do. That is something that can help us to live a more joyful life, a life that is full of peace, happiness, and righteousness, something that nobody wants to talk about. Or let's say that, somebody has done you wrong. They've just disrespected you. If you do not correct them in a kind way, guess what? They're going to disrespect you again the next time because, well, they were not corrected. And they think that they can do what they've done to you all the time because you're taking it. But if you correct them and let them know, hey, what you're doing is not working. What you're doing is ruining our bond. What you're doing is not helping. then guess what? They're going to have to learn and make a decision on their own whether they want to be in this relationship or not. But it becomes a blessing to you and to the other person, because with the other person, again, like I mentioned in the beginning, it allows that person to rebond with you in a better way. You have more fun, more joy, more light, because you're happier and you respect each other. So correction is a blessing. It helps you when you are corrected. Do not feel offended every time somebody corrects you. It's not the end of the world. Criticism is not bad. It can sting, but it's not bad, because it teaches us. It teaches us to be better. It teaches us to learn from our mistakes. It teaches us to learn. And if you're not critiqued and you do the same mistake over and over, you're always going to get the same result. If you're in school and you keep getting D's and D's and your teacher does not give you any tutoring or any help, you'll continue to get D's. If you want to get an A, you're going to need to be corrected on why you're doing and getting D's and B's and F's, right? You're going to have to learn how to properly do this job or this work properly and well and correctly so that you could actually start passing. So it benefits you to be corrected when you are not doing well. So do not be offended if you are corrected, and accept correction and ask for correction sometimes, because we're not walking around asking for criticism. I actually like being told when I've done wrong. Yes, it will sting, but I might not just immediately change, but I will pray over it. I will think about it. I will consider it until I get to that space where, okay, I'm doing it right. I'm doing the right thing. I'm doing the thing that is going to help me in my life become a better person, become the best version of myself, to be able to live my best life, because if not, it's just going to go downhill from there. So again, correction is a blessing. Do not take it for granted. Do not discourage yourself from it. Do not fight it off. Do not feel negative towards it. Accept correction. Accept criticism. Give criticism. Give correction where needed in a very kind manner, because again, we all take it differently. In today's society, people don't want it. But when you give it in a good, sensible, calm, kind way, someone can take it. And if someone gives it to you in a good, sensible, kind way, you can take it. And if it's not given to you in that way, just pause for a minute. Think about what they're saying. Go home and meditate on it. See why they said that. See your response towards that. And then refresh, change, transform, do better. Because there's no point in all of us just walking around in a hot mess. All of us just walking around in fury, in just, right? In a space that we can't even talk to each other. So it's not bad. It's not bad to be corrected. Stop being offended over it. Take it and learn from it. Okay? And give it to others so that they can learn from it. But give it to them in a way that is kind, sensible, and just peaceful, because again, we're all very sensitive today and we need just a little bit of tender love and care. So yes, again, correction is a blessing. It will help you, it will bless you, it will just make you better, and it will help you improve in different parts of your life. So yeah, take that with you. Take it with you or not. It's up to you, but hopefully you do consider that. Hopefully you do take correction and no longer be offended by it, but learn from it and get better. Alright my friends, that's it for today's lesson. Thank you so much for watching. Be sure to subscribe if you have not yet. And if you're interested in Wanderlust planning, learning how to plan for your trips, your vacations, so that you have a wonderful time every time, a successful trip that is meaningful for you when you're traveling solo or when you're traveling with friends, this is something that's going to help you just plan better. Alright, a link is in the description box below. Do not forget to subscribe and hit the like button. And yeah, I'll see you all next time. Bye bye.